So as many of you know, if you follow me on YouTube or on Twitch, Mojang decided to drop a massive news bomb on us regarding 1.17 and any of the future updates for this year in Minecraft. Now, I said I was going to stream this, but I've decided that I want to just make a YouTube video summarizing everything in a nice little package so you guys can understand what to expect this year. So this is a bean block. Essentially, Mojang is releasing the Caves and Cliffs update in two parts. The first part focusing on mobs and blocks, and the second part focusing on world generation and a few other things. There's more to it than that. Now, the reason they're doing this is because of the magnitude of this update. This is a massive update. It's affecting everything you know about the overworld. So it is reasonable to expect delays, and knowing the current situation of the pandemic, they are taking their time. So we have Amethyst Geode blocks, which should release in part 1, and we have the Skulk Sensor, which I think will release in part 1, but I don't know how you can obtain this without a biome that represents it. So this will be there. I just don't know how you can obtain it in survival. We've got Tinted Glass and the Tough blocks. Tinted Glass being obviously from copper. We have the Moss blocks. This will be available. So the hoe mining, the insta mining technique should be used in 1.17 part 1. Drip leaf. So the lush caves biome generation, while that might not be there, the blocks should be there. If you create a world in 21W15A, which is the latest snapshot, which has toggled off the world generation, you won't see any of the biomes. What you'll notice instead is that some of the blocks that are available will appear. I just haven't seen any of the lush cave blocks, and I don't know how you can obtain this in survival. Of course, Deep Slate shows up, because that's still going to show up near y=0. It's just that the moss blocks don't, because that is biome dependent. Of course, that being said, we have the Deep Slate ore variants that are over here. There's a copper block, lightning rod, that will be there too. Candles should be there because you can craft them anyway with the current blocks that exist in the game. Glowberries, as you know, glow lichen, dripstone, rooted dirt, they will all generate. You've got the raw copper blocks, which are now the new funny block that we can make fun of, because they look like beans. All of these items should exist in part 1, so you have the light block, bundle, raw ores, spyglass, amethyst, because they already exist in these snapshots. They haven't been removed in this current snapshot, which is a good way to tell what should exist. Now I've noticed freaking glow squid died again. It's not because of the axolotl. The axolotl's been summoned with no AI, so he's not attacking it. The 3 mobs, the goat, glow squid, and axolotls, they should spawn naturally. It wouldn't make sense if they didn't. So with these 3 mobs announced for part 1, the critical question becomes, will the warden be in part 1? I'm afraid not, because the warden depends a lot on the cave gen. It wouldn't make sense for the warden to be in the current world gen, so that's why I know for a fact that the warden will not be in part 1. And so there's the lush caves tree, the azalea tree. Don't think that's going to be there too, because that's a biome, and we're not getting biomes. I don't think we're getting biomes anyway in part 1. There's another one as well. If you read the article, archaeology, that's also been delayed a lot. It won't be in part 2 either. The question remains, I guess, what is 1.18? What is 1.19? We just have to wait for Minecon, Minecraft Live. But here is a look at what's to come in part 1.